Hi everyone, it's Gary here, and a warm welcome back to the fourth official here on YouTube for our Blue Nose Bulletin on Friday, the 22nd of November. And we are back from the final international break of 2024. Two wins and two in the bag for Scotland, and now the real football is back in earnest, and a busy period of fixtures will take us through now to the festive season, beginning with a home match against Dundee United at Ibrox on Saturday. In the aftermath of the international break, still waiting on the press conferences, which will be later on today, but initial reports indicate that Neraysho Kasanwirjo's injury, picked up on international duty for the Netherlands under-21s during the week, is likely to rule him out for in the region of 6 to 8 weeks, as reported by the Four Lads Had a Dream blog on X yesterday. Obviously, big blow for Kasanwirjo, who was beginning to look as if he may well be the option for Rangers in our back line, especially given James Tavernier's lack of form and the fact that the manager had finally kind of pulled the trigger in terms of leaving out of a couple of matches. So big blow for him and also for the manager in terms of options that we've got at the back there. But certainly some positives coming out of the international break, not least the form of Yanis Hadji, who scored and assisted in an excellent win for Romania during the break, and John Souttar, who was brilliant for Scotland in their two wins over Croatia and Poland. And certainly Ian Gerrard, ex-Rangers legend, stating that he sees John Souttar as the heir apparent to James Tavernier and potential future Rangers captain. Heavy praise, I think, for Souttar, but I think it's fair to say that he certainly has been one of the most impressive performers in what has been a disappointing start to the season for Rangers. Lots of fixtures now coming up over the course of the next few weeks, and the extent of the Rangers squad will absolutely need to be stretched to the limit to carry off games on three accounts. So not just the league games, a couple of big Europa League matches as well, starting next week in the French Riviera against Nice. And also we've got that big Viaplay Cup final on the 15th of December against Celtic. So lots to play for over the coming weeks, and we'll certainly keep you abreast of all the goings on in and outside of the club and across all those matches here, not only on the Fourth Officials YouTube channel, but also over on our Patreon. And you can unlock a special year-long membership on Patreon if you're looking for that special Secret Santa gift. Then go along to www.patreon.com/the fourth official and get your friends and family, loved ones signed up to the gift of listening to me and the rest of the team in their ears for 2025. Other big news across the international break, of course, was the appointment as technical director of Nils Koppen. And it's fair to say that it's been met with a little bit of trepidation. I think that the board has got previous on this in terms of being able to promote from within without necessarily a track record to suggest that that's the right appointment. Mid-season, it's always difficult to bring in people into these sorts of roles, and I think given that the CEO role is yet to be completely filled, news apparently on its way regarding that position, but Coppin certainly seems to be well liked within the current Rangers hierarchy. Obviously works with the manager and Philippe Clement as well. And it's going to be a big period, I think, for Nils Koppen as we go into the January window. And all reports seem to suggest that there will be money to spend for Rangers in the January window. Whether or not that's offset with potential sales as well. We'll just need to wait and see. Certainly, players like Ridvan Yilmaz, I would imagine, who again has had a stop-start beginning to this season, has still got interest, I think, from Turkey. So he may well be one that could be sacrificed to allow players to come in the door. Certainly I believe that Rangers absolutely need another striker to come in and challenge the likes of Cyril Dessers and Danilo. Hamza Igaman, incredibly raw, got potential, absolutely, but I don't think ready to really be a kind of regular starter. And I do think we need another option in there, especially given Danilo's injury history, not someone that we can potentially rely on in there. And I do think we need another option in midfield as well. We saw in the last game bringing on the likes of Kieran Dowell to try and see a game out. We do, I think, need some help in there for the likes of Conor Barron and Nicolas Strashgan. As impressive they've been in recent games, an experienced kind of number 6 to allow them to be able to play maybe a little bit more further forward, or to allow us to use the likes of a Yanis Hadji or a Tom Lawrence or a Mohamed Diamandi in the kind of number 10 position. Very much, I think, key in terms of the way that we will be lining up going forward this season. And of course, we've then got the big elephant in the room with regards to James Tavernier's future. With Michael Beale now joining Steven Gerrard out in Saudi Arabia as assistant coach at Al Ettifaq. Again, I expect to see rumours surrounding James Tavernier's Rangers future. Links with Saudi have been ongoing now ever since really Steven Gerrard went out there. Obviously with James Bisgrove being there as well, there's certainly links, and I would expect to see, again, when that window opens in January, potential for James Tavernier's name to be brought back up again. Although the lure of a testimonial at the end of the season, I think maybe we'll see the skipper see the season out and then kind of ride off into a new era for James Tavernier after a testimonial match in the summer. Let's just hope that he's got some silverware from this year to sign off with. Loads coming up here on the Fourth Official over the coming days and weeks. Next week, we've got an exclusive interview with a journalist as we preview that big game against Nice that will be dropping on our Patreon next Tuesday. And as games start to return, we'll have full match coverage on Patreon and here on YouTube. As always, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the alerts, any of the news coming out from the club. I'll certainly be bringing it to you as and when it comes. Big thank you for watching. I'll speak to you next time. Goodbye.